Hello, friends. Late afternoon. Headed east today. Just listened to an incredible video. It's a short one by Richie from Boston, who I really like a lot. He's got a couple of positions. He gets caught up in this Zionist thing, which he's definitely wrong about. In other words, he's right about part of it, but nevertheless, God is a Zionist. If you read Scripture and know the Old Testament prophecies, there are so many where God says he's going to bring his people back into their homeland after being scattered into the nations for their disobedience, which obviously is for rejecting Jesus Christ. And God says that I'll bring it back. And he said, there's actually one scripture, I wish I had it verbatim, where God says that, and I will bring you back from the uttermost parts of the earth, or the four corners of the earth. And he said, and not because of your good works or your good name, or in other words, God's saying, not because you deserve it, but because I am God and I will fulfill my promises. It's an incredible, and I need to get that scripture because I need to quote that because it ties in with so many things that about prophecy and how people, I mean, there are all these people that talk about, that like they'll say so-and-so is a Zionist shill, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, as if though Zionism in and of itself is a bad thing. Well, as I said, God's a Zionist. A Zionist is somebody that basically, is in favor of Israel being regathered into their homeland in the last days in accordance with prophecy. I don't want to go there. Anyway, so Richie's got that issue. But when it comes to so many other things, and really I hope to make this a short video, because I really want to direct people to, his name is Richie from Boston. He's got a couple of channels on YouTube, so I think it's his main one with about 300,000-400,000 subscribers. And he tells a touching story in there about his mother putting a gun in his mouth when he was 10 years old. I mean, touching in the sense that to see who Richie is today, he's a born-again Christian. And, I get kind of choked up when I think about this guy a little bit, but he's always said, and he talks rough, just like Peter, Jesus is one of Jesus' greatest disciples. He's a rough dude that talked rough like all fishermen probably did back then, like they do probably today. Richie talks a little tough. He says that, I've always just said, I'm just, these are his words, not mine. I'm just an asshole with a laptop, He's not puffed up. He's a very bright guy. He's very articulate. But he also has the heart of a believer, which means that he believes God, and he is able to put two and two together. So you have all these signs that are going down right now vis-a-vis, this vaccine/biometric tracking device, and of course everything else. The New World Order taking shape, the Antichrist and false prophet soon to appear on the world stage after the rapture, and just being able to connect that with. The current events that are all, indicating these things and revealing these things, and then connecting that with Scripture. And Richie's really good at it, and he's an ex-military guy. I just talked to a friend of mine from Iowa. Great man. He served in the military, and he shared a podcast with me, which I'll listen to tonight on biblical prophecy. I'll see how that goes. And I told him about Richie, and he's aware of Richie. And I said he's ex-military, I kind of wanted to let my friend know that, because he was, he served over in Iraq and had, some tough situations. I'm sure, and also I know a little bit anyway. And so, I think people can identify that have been in the military with others that have been there, because it's a tough racket, and they're tough people, most of them. My dad was military and just about died in the French theater, fighting the Nazis. And now here we are. We got the Nazis taking over our country, and we're not fighting them. We're hiding, we're going into our house, and as I keep saying, hide behind our toilet paper and our masks. It's unbelievable. First of all, we don't know who the enemy is. And when I tell people who the enemy is, they just kind of, whatever. So we don't know who the enemy is, and even if we did, I think we'd still just go into our house and hide. It's an incredible time to be alive and to understand history, and understand the Bible, understand current events, and to see people's reaction. And so anyway, Richie's video, I think, was made August 12th, like 3-4 days ago, and it's called Stand Your Ground. I'm sure you can find it fairly easily. And I highly recommend it. I think it's an 8, 9, 10-minute video at the most. And everything he says in there is exactly my heart and mind. Exactly. And he and I come from way different backgrounds, way different. But we're brothers in the Lord, and I really appreciate him. He's, like I said, we all got issues, we all have blind spots, and he's got a few blind spots, but he's contending for the faith once and for all to deliver the saints, and he understands this New World Order, what it's doing, how it fits in with Bible prophecy, the mark of the beast, 666, Revelation 13, etc., etc. Richie's not a theologian, okay? And in fact, I rarely hear him, quote it like or he'll say Revelation 13. I'm not saying that he hasn't, but he understands a lot of the scripture. Like in this video, he said, hey man, this is all right here in our face. He said, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Well, that's what Jesus said about the Pharisees and scribes. He was chiding them for being so blind. And he quoted Isaiah the great prophet, where he said, for those who have eyes to hear Isaiah the prophet said, hearing they hear not, seeing they see not. And Jesus quoted Isaiah in making the point to the Pharisees and scribes, saying that those who have ears, hear not, those who have eyes see not. I didn't handle that very well, did I? But anyway, you get the point. I think that's about all I want to really talk. I mean, I want to talk about everything every day, obviously, but it's such a great video, and he's been at this for a long time. He's a professional. I'm just a kid. I'm not a you-know-what with a laptop. I guess I'm a you-know-what with an iPhone and a video button. So, have a good one, Steve from South Dakota. Time's short, friends. Wake up and get saved. Bye.